The 13 for 13 festival continued this week, and on Tuesday, the township of Wainfleet hosted Nunavut. One of the groups in attendance that night was the Nunavut Youth Ambassador Program. We asked Corey Skinner, the Sport and Recreation Development Officer with the program, to explain how the kids came to be at the games.
So the program started actually as a part of a tri-territory initiative when the Canada Games were in 2007, I do believe, in Whitehorse. So it was a tri-territory kind of thing. And then we have continued our program. So the program started, PSA went out, public service announcement went out early in August. They went through an application process and a territory-wide interview process to be selected for this program. And during the program, they took part in different learning events through the Recreation North Training Program. And after they were done that, they were required to deliver a community engagement project at the end, and the ones who were successful in completing the project were selected to come down here to volunteer at Canada Summer Games.
Now tell us a little bit about the program you have.
The program is meant to be a youth leadership program, and using recreation as a vehicle to develop leadership skills within the youth. So that's one of the goals of it, and the other goal is to build recreation capacity within the community and just get kids volunteering more and more engaged within their community.
Now obviously the kids are having a great time here in Wainfleet. They must really enjoy being here at the games.
Absolutely. So yeah, some of them, they've never been out of the territory before. This is their first time down here. Just even some of them have mentioned the bus ride in from Pearson was the highlight of the trip so far, and they've been enjoying it, been enjoying each other's company and taking in everything that the games have to offer, from pin trading to their volunteers, and even started cheering on the Team Nunavut volleyball teams today, and then they had a blast doing that.
And just to be clear, these are not athletes. These are kids who are volunteering to come here and help Team Nunavut.
Absolutely. So yeah, so they registered as accredited volunteers. They're required to volunteer 36 hours throughout the week. They'll probably be closer to 45 when it's done. But yeah, we are considered part of Team Nunavut, but they are not athletes. They're just strictly down here to volunteer.
Juliette Dunn is one of the hosts for the 13 for 13 events, and we asked her what the energy's been like at these municipalities.
It's fantastic, and you know, most of the times I've started kind of at, say, 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. and just to see how it builds and builds and builds and builds and builds until the headliner comes on, and it's like, ah! So really, really fun, really fun.
So what's the prep like for you? I mean, you can't just walk up on stage and start talking.
No, so you want to research the artist that you're presenting, and you want to be comfortable with on a microphone, and then also I do it in English et en français. So I'm pretty fluent because I lived in France for 13 years, but sometimes there's certain words or phrases that I'm like, oh, might need to use Google Translate. But then once I see it, I can pronounce it because of my accent. But yeah, so that was probably the most challenging part, was like, oh, let me get into the French, because I don't get to use my French much here in Ontario. So that's been fun.
So what's been one of the highlights for you through these events so far?
I must say, actually, like, you know, because I sing jazz as a career, so it's usually smaller crowds. So to MC on a stage when there's like thousands and thousands of people, and to see like these rock stars, because a lot of rock groups, in particular, I think it was the Trues, the Fort Erie gig, it was just like, wow, to be backstage and just see the sea of people. It's kind of exciting. And then at one point I saw these lights. I'm so naive, I went, oh, like I thought they were lighters, right? Like back in the day, it was everybody's phones. But you know, it was beautiful. I just saw all these lights, and yeah, that was pretty neat.
For more information on the upcoming 13 for 13 events and the Canada Games schedule, head to Niagara 2022games.ca.